All right, here we go. All right, we're here with Nick Swisher. Thank you so much for coming on the pod today. We appreciate it very much. So welcome to Couch Connoisseurs.
All right, man. I'm happy to be here, baby. Let's connoisseur away, bro. Let's do this.
This really does mean a lot because personally, for my generation, I'm 19. Actually, today I'm turning 20 years old. So
Are you, bro? Happy birthday, man. There you go. Let's go.
Thank you. This is a great birthday present. But for my generation, I mean, you were one of my heroes growing up. That fantastic 2009 Yankees World Series championship team with the core group. I mean, that was my childhood. A-Rod, Cano, Teixeira, you, Jeter, Rivera. I mean, I remember acting like I was you in the batting cage with my dad when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. So, I mean, the first question I have to ask you is, who was your hero growing up?
Oh, man, JD, bro, you're making my heart feel good, bro. Like, that means the world to me, dude. Like, at the end of the day, you know, I guess I was just so blessed to be able to be part of all that and just to experience that. And, you know, if you're talking about heroes and idols, bro, it was really easy for me, man. I mean, I had one right in my father, you know, and that's who I looked up to, man. He was my guy. He's who I wanted to be, right? He was the guy that told me, hey, I don't care what you do in life, but whatever you do, work to be the best at it, you know? And he was my biggest fan and one of my earliest coaches. So I think for myself, if it wasn't for my father, then, you know, I don't know if I would have been a baseball player.
That's cool, man. Dude, I'm loving the energy too, Swish. I don't know why I expected anything else too.
The energy is definitely contagious.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I got you, baby. You're a little dark over there, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put some lights on, baby.
I'm a vampire. I like this. Swish, I had a question for you because, you know, I've read a lot. Me and JD are both Yankee fans. So we always, like, especially from a fan perspective, we always try to get to know players on a little bit of a personal basis. And you have spoke before about how important your grandmother was to your entire life. And I don't want to get emotional in it. And I've been down the road that you've been down, but what role did she play for you in your youth years, your high school years, your college years, and then obviously, you know, unfortunately she passed away and I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
But you know, what role did she play?
Huge, bro. I mean, it's easy to talk about a woman that completely changed my life, you know? I don't know if you guys have ever seen Talladega Nights, bro, but you remember Granny Law, bro, right? Well, that's what happened to me, dude. Betty Swisher, bro, put a beating on me, bro, and got me right where I needed to be, you know? So I think, you know, for myself, I was kind of a punk kid at that moment, right? And kind of, you know, I was talking back a lot and, you know, kind of like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, right? I was in that kind of revolting phase. My parents just divorced, right? I got a lot of anger. I don't know exactly where to put all that. And if it wasn't for her to kind of redirect all that anger and, you know, I guess like, you know, just pissed off all the time, if I wasn't able to turn that around into something, you know, positive and, you know, like the game of baseball, I mean, come on, man. There's not a lot of people that could have done that for me in my life. So to be able to have somebody that wasn't just going to tell me what I wanted to hear, she was like, listen, this is how you got to go about living your life. And so for myself, listen, man, I got her initials tattooed right across my heart, man. I mean, bro, tattoos hurt, by the way. But at the end of the day, man, you know, I always look at that and, you know, and I always know she's with me, bro. Anywhere I go, everywhere I go. You know, if I ever get nervous, you know, I'm always talking to her and stuff because she meant so much to me and she gave me that confidence and that comfort feeling. And, you know, for myself, you know, I heard that's the only thing better than being a parent is being a grandparent, bro. So I got 2 daughters right now, bro. But then at the end of the day, you know I don't want to look too far down the road, but being a grandparent, bro, that sounds awesome, dude, right? Like just spoiling kids, you know, spoiling your grandkids all day, bro. Just like trying to just make them smile each and every day.
And they get to go home at the end of the day then too.
Yeah, and then I'm like, hey, take them home, you know what I mean? So I think for myself to be able to have had a relationship like that in my life, I feel fortunate because I don't think everybody gets to have a relationship like that, you know?
Right. No, I appreciate you sharing all that. I definitely do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, really appreciate the honesty. I mean, great question too, Dino. Kind of moving on, you talk about Betty Swisher whipping you into shape. So obviously that kind of led to playing baseball at Ohio State. That's got to be a pretty dope feeling, or having the field there named after you. Kind of talk about that. How did that all come together?
Oh, bro, I mean, you should have seen my face when they were like, "Hey, we'd really like to name the field after you." And I'm like, holy shit, bro, me? Are you for real? But it was just kind of one of those things that you know, I never really think of stuff like that. I'm just constantly trying to work and get better and just try to be a ray of sunshine in this world. But right there, bro, listen, man, you know, I come over, I was able to be part of the New York Yankees, right? 2009, we win a World Series. Come back in 2010, have probably one of my better statistical years. Was an all-star that year, bro. And then, like, all these things start coming at me, bro. I'm like, this is unbelievable, bro. I should have won a World Series way earlier in my career, bro. It would have been way better. But to be able to experience all of that and to be able to leave your legacy, that's just something that you always want to do. And especially for me, dude, I mean, you're talking New York is home and Columbus, OHIO, Ohio State University is home. If I wouldn't have had those two places in my life, I don't know the type of individual I would be. You feel me, right? Like they were very, very huge places in my life. And I was so blessed to be part of both. Because listen, bro, Ohio State Buckeyes, New York Yankees, baby, we're winners, dog. No doubt about it. So to be able to experience all of that and to be able to help and to give back and to pay it forward, and to be part of, you know, moving down the road, you know, forever at Ohio State, man, you know, that was an honor for me, bro. And I jumped at the chance.
Yeah, it's great. And the field looks beautiful then too.
Yeah, well, not only that, bro, when you get that 6 inches of snow in the winter, bro, you can just brush that off, bro, get some ground balls, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Bad time to say I went to Penn State or
No, good time, baby. Big Ten, brother. Don't worry, bro. Yeah, we popped you guys around a little bit back when I was there, bro. Don't worry about it.
And eventually you get drafted out of Ohio State in the first round by the Oakland Athletics. Fun fact for the viewers out there, you were drafted the same year that Moneyball took place in 2002, which is pretty awesome. But could you take me through the emotions of finally getting that phone call that you were drafted by a Major League Baseball team in the first round? I mean, where were you when you got that call too?
Oh, yeah, bro. I'll break it down for you, kid, bro. Like, I remember it was awesome, bro. So I'm sitting there, right? You know, I mean, I was back home in Parkersburg, West Virginia at the time. And at that moment, you know, the season had ended, trying to figure out, like, you know, at that point, you know, that was before, like, you know, they had the draft on, like, MLB TV, right? And, like, all that stuff. So I think for me, you know, you heard, like, oh, he was going to be drafted in the 5th round. Then he's going to be drafted in the 2nd round. Then he's going to be drafted in the 10th round. And I'm like.
All the speculation.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, holy shit, man. Just do the draft, bro. Just pick him somewhere, right? So then that night, the night before the draft, I had received a phone call from Billy Beane. And Billy Beane was like, hey, man, you know, we've loved you from the beginning. You know, you're our guy. And if you're there at, pick 16, we're taking you. And I'm just like,
whoa,
wow, like 16 pick. In my mind, I'm thinking to myself, oh, my God, you know how much money that is, bro? That's all I'm thinking, right? Like, I got no money. And now I'm like, oh, my gosh, bro, like, this is a lot of money. So for myself to be able to experience that, you know, with my dad was a 21st overall pick in the 1973 draft, right? So I got him by 5 picks, man. You know, I don't rub that in his face at all. I don't let him know about that.
No.
But I'll never forget, man. I got that phone call the next day, and that was, you know, we didn't have we weren't jamming on the internet, and it wasn't that easy at that point. So we just had the phone sitting in the middle of the kitchen table, right? Just waiting for it to ring, bro. It was before cell phones.
I was just about to ask, was that a corded phone or a wireless
I think I
phone?
might have had a beeper, maybe. I had a beeper. Somebody could, like, beat me, you know what I'm saying? But I just remember sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm sitting in the kitchen, and I'm by myself. And I'm like, where is everybody? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden the phone rings, bro. It's Billy Beane. He's like, hey, congratulations, you're in Oakland, A. And I'm, you know, like looking around the kitchen, bro, and nobody's there, right? And all of a sudden I'm screaming and yelling, like, Dad, you know, Billy Beane called, man. We just got drafted. He comes flying down the stairs. He was in the shower. He's in a towel, bro. We like chest bump in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, it was just such an emotional time. But I never thought I'd be hugging on my dad in a towel, bro, in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, right after getting drafted. But at that moment, it was just kind of like, that was the next step, right? That was the next step in where I wanted to go in my life. And I was so proud and so honored to have that opportunity to move forward. You know, bro, 2002 draft, bro. I mean, that was badass, bro. I mean, that was amazing.
Look, like we bullshit a lot on here about movies and stuff. What was Brad Pitt's role? How close to Billy Beane did his role actually come?
Well, we all knew when Brad Pitt took Billy Beane's role that none of us were going to be in it, bro. Like, we were all like, nah, we're out, bro. You got Brad Pitt, you know what I'm saying? Although, I mean, let's be honest, dude, Billy Beane, bro, handsome guy, dude. He's a stud, right? Like, He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. Bro, I mean, literally, you're talking about one of the better athletes, you know, when he first was coming up. But yeah, I think Brad Pitt and Billy Beane, bro, they're pretty close, bro, because Billy's swaggy, bro, Brad Pitt's swaggy, you know what I'm saying? But I thought that movie was great, man. I just think, you know, we were all a little bummed because, you know, the draft and, you know, in Moneyball was big, you know, in the book, it was kind of like that, you know, that look into like what happens for the draft. And in the movie, you didn't really get to see a whole lot of that. You didn't get to see a lot of the players. So, you know, it was more about the 2002 like big league squad, which, bro, listen, man, they rattled off 20 wins in a row that year. Like, bro, Scott Hatterberg, Eric Burns. I mean, like, you name it, bro. I was like the land of misfit toys, and these cats were putting up amazing seasons. So I think right then and there, Billy Beane was ahead of the curve because if you think of the way he looked at the game analytically back in 2002, that was light years before anybody else did. So to know exactly where he was when it came to money and how much he had to spend and how he had to put his teams together to be competitive, bro. I mean, you got to give somebody like that, you know, you got to give him a pat on the back for sure.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you had some fantastic years with the Oakland Athletics, and you decided to sign with the New York Yankees. You later, of course, go on to win a World Series in 2009. My question about this is, this was the first year for many players, including yourself, Mark Teixeira, CC Sabathia, you know, a lot of big names. I'm a college baseball player. I'm a big believer in team chemistry. It's a whole lot for a team's success. And considering there were a lot of new guys there, what was it like on day one? Did everyone get along right away, or was it like a slow build up a couple weeks to try to get to know each other?
Yeah, I think it was a slow build, bro. It was like a slow grind, right? Like when we first all got there, listen, you're taking major personalities like myself, CC Sabathia, right? You know, AJ Burnett had just come over that year, right? So it's like, you know, we're kind of trying to, you know, figure out where we fit in, right? Like, you know, like you got Derek Jeter, you got Mariano, Jorge Posada, right? Like there's not an ounce of like music in the locker room at all, bro. Like nobody's jamming, nobody's doing nothing. And I'm like, wow, bro.
All right.
Like, yeah, like, okay, here we go, man. Like, I guess we're just never going to hear music the rest of the time we're here. And, you know, I think a few days into spring training, man, it kind of, you know, I borrowed Johnny Damon's karaoke machine, started playing a little music in there. And then from there, that was kind of the first step to really things kind of altering a little bit. And for myself, I give a lot of credit to the leaders we had in that locker room, the core four, the guys that set the tone in there. Because listen, if somebody like Derek Jeter says, don't do that, you don't do that, right? Like that's just what it was. So for them to be secure enough in themselves to know like, hey man, listen, you guys be who you are, because the more comfortable you guys are, the better we are as a team and the more successful we are. Obviously things kind of turned around for us in June when Cashman came down to Atlanta and really kind of let us know. But at the end of the day, man, like you're talking about one of the greatest teams in the history of Major League Baseball. And that's not because I was part of it. That's just because the numbers say so.
Yep.
No, absolutely. And it's a great segue because parents were born and raised in New York. I'm a New York sports fan through and through. Yankees, Knicks, Rangers. We don't talk about the Knicks much. Not yet. Not yet. But as a Yankee fan, or as a New York sports fan in general, like when we go to games as a fan, and it sucks and I hate it, but it kind of always feels like a business meeting, you know, especially dugout seats. You have the people in suits. You go to the Garden to watch a game. It's suits all over the place. You got people who know too much about the game. And it's like, how did you find a way to balance your enjoyment, keep the energy that you have now, even on the field, in the media, while understanding the job with the Yankees was different than your job anywhere else, which was championship or bust?
Yep.
How did you balance that?
Yeah, bro, Dino, man, like, I guess I could really explain it to you like this, baby. I don't know how else to do it, right? Like, I didn't know any other way to act. I didn't know. I think one of the things that, you know, people relate to me is maybe just because I'm authentic. Like I am who I am, bro. Like you know exactly how I'm feeling just by looking at me, bro. Like it's not too hard, right? I'm an open book. I always have been. But I also felt like, you know, when I got to New York, I was one of those guys that would literally reach out and like touch you, right? Like high five you, bro. Or like, you know, maybe a hug or whatever. It was pre-COVID, right? You know what I mean? Like, before all of that, but I was literally one of those guys that I literally wanted to physically reach out and be part of it, man. Like be part of everything about it. And for myself to be able to generate that relationship that I had with the bleacher creatures, as well as the rest of the Yankee universe, dude, and the fans of New York, bro. Listen, man, I knew how blessed and honored I was to put that uniform on every day. And I think the fans understood that as well. They're like, man, this guy right here is giving everything he's got for this squad. And I think that's where the relationship really kind of started to build. I'm blue collar. New York is blue collar, bro. They go, they win championships. They bust their ass for everything they have. And for myself, that's kind of how I got there too. I had to bust my ass to get an opportunity. And once I got that opportunity, I never wanted to miss out. And to be able to put on the pinstripes, bro. I mean, even for 4 years, bro, it sounds like a decent amount of time, but I'm like, bro, it was so short. It was such a short time. I wish it could have been longer, but hey, man, we got a chip, bro. We got out of there, bro. You know, like, I'm still lucky and honored enough to be a special advisor with the squad, bro. I'm like, dude, I'm still part of it. I still have those pinstripes running through my blood. So I'm like, hell yeah, bro. Like, it all worked out, you know?
I will tell you, I don't think you're remember, and I'm not, this is no disrespect to your career and what you did before you were a Yankee. You are remembered as a Yankee.
Oh, bro, it is one of the greatest things that I have in my life, dude. Like, something that I hold so near to my chest. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, this past year's been rough. All of a sudden, man, I'm like, I'm not able to go to New York. I'm not able to experience that excitement, that New York vibe. And all of a sudden, man, like, you know, I mean, you know, everything about New York is what I love, bro. Like, it gave me that opportunity. It made me a star. I know everything that it gave to me, and I wanted to do everything I could to give as much as I could back as well, man. You know, I mean, you can't just take.
That's awesome.
You got to give back as much as you can, and that's what I'm trying to do.
That's awesome. And I love how you mentioned the bleacher creatures. I was actually at the 09 World Series Game 1, and I sat in the bleachers. And let me tell you something. I'll never do it again. I don't think I've ever been – I almost got into a fight during BP, and – because I had my shoes on the bleacher in front of me, and the guy said I was disrespecting his house and his couch.
Hey, man, don't be messing with them boys out there now, for real.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a diehard, but like that's a level that I don't think I can ever reach.
Yeah.
So the creatures are for real.
Yeah, amen, brother. You ain't lying.
No, they scare the shit out of me. Now, you know, I coach an 11U team. I coach high school. I coach travel down here in South Florida. It's a different beast. It's cutthroat. But the one thing that I'm always doing, I try to be a student of the game. I was a defensive guy, you know, so that's what I focus on. But I always try to do some research on offensive things, you know, and we always preach to our guys, have a good understanding of an approach at the plate, especially with high school hitters, especially like the D1 guys that we send up. And I've been fortunate enough to coach a lot of D1 guys who it's their approach was always, we look speed. We always sit speed. If it's a fastball on the outer side of the plate, you know, we're going to drive that pitch, you know, but they always tell me we sit speed, speed, speed. What was your approach at the plate early in the count?
I was just trying to see as many pitches as possible. Listen, like that, you know, I'm such a spaz. I mean, even at 40 years old, bro, I'm bouncing off the wall. But it's crazy because I think if you would look at my numbers, I think I averaged maybe over 5 pitches per plate appearance my entire career. So it's funny to see such a spaz in life. But once I got in that batter's box, baby, that was my time to shine. That was the time when I was most calm and most confident. And for myself, I always thought the more pitches I saw for myself later in the game, if I saw 25, 27 pitches in those first 4 at-bats, if I came up for that 5th at-bat, baby, I'm feeling good because I know I've seen enough pitches to get myself in there. I love being in that 3-2 count. This is all back in the day before like the big blast and, you know, velocity and the whole 9. Now I think my approach at the plate would be a little different now because I'm not sitting around till 2 strikes. Those guys nowadays, bro, they'll put you away, bro. Strikeouts are at an all-time high. And if you're sitting around for 2 strikes, bro, then you're going to be one of those guys. So I think for myself, the game is a little different now with the velocity. But at the end of the day, you still got to get that – the baseball still has to come across your plate, right? I think the biggest thing is as hitters, sometimes we try to go out and attack that baseball rather than letting the baseball come to us, right? It's got to cross our plate. We don't have to go vice versa. So I think for myself, it's always been my approach. I've always been the type of guy that wanted to be in the batter's box as long as possible. I didn't want to go up there and roll over the first pitch, bro. That just wasn't my style. Didn't think I was doing anything for the team. Because I always thought as well, the more pitches I saw, the guy behind me got to time up a little more, and he felt a little better. So, I think for myself, bro, I loved it, but I think, today's game, it would be a little different. I'd have to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I absolutely love that approach. JD's aspiring to, or JD is in junior college. Dino played college baseball too, myself included. I absolutely love that approach. As many pitches as you can see, it's absolutely great for
man, because at the end of the day, I mean, you look at that, even like the 2009 squad we were referring to a little earlier, bro, we wore people down, bro. Like, we wore pitchers down. And, nowadays, oh, bro, I would love to see somebody try and come in and face, somebody coming in from the bullpen and have to face 3 guys back to back to back, right? We had 4 switch hitters, bro. We had a couple lefties, some righties, bro. I mean, pick your poison, bro. What do you want,
All right, switching up a little bit, Swish. So I'm sure you've traveled a ton of places playing baseball, as well as probably the off season. What would you say, and you can either go, baseball city or just any city, your favorite city to visit for the food?
Oh, for the food?
For the food, man.
Bro. I mean,
you can't say New York.
No, I was going to say New York for the pizza, bro, 100%, but everybody goes there for the pizza. Man, you know what I'd have to say, bro? I'd have to say Seattle, bro, for the sushi, baby. Seattle for the sushi, bro. No doubt about it, man. I'd go down to the fish market in the morning, watch them boys throw that fish around. I'd get scallops, fish, crab legs, bro. Take them into the locker room, and the chef would cook them up for me, bro. So Seattle was one of my favorite places to go for the food, no doubt. And they had an unbelievable ice cream machine in the locker room, bro, which was – who doesn't appreciate ice cream, bro? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. So I got another one here for you, too. So you had a great 12-year career. You talked about you won a championship. You were an all-star. Right after you retired, did you have any desire to come back kind of the next year, maybe a little bit after that? JD and Dean are Yankees fans. Unfortunately, I'm a Pirates fan. Please come back to the Pirates. We are in desperate need of switching up there.
Yeah, bro. We got Tyone, bro. We got Cole. I mean, you're pretty much one of us now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 40% of the rotation, yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that, I went as long as I could, man. That last year in 2015 or 2016 when I was with the Braves that last month of the season. Listen, bro, I was getting my knees drained like twice a week. Oof. And, bro, I was bone on bone at that point. Any sort of jarring, my knees would swell up and I couldn't move around. So as much as I tried, bro, as much as I wanted to be part of it and wanted to be back in there, bro, the body just didn't let it happen. So you can be upset and look back at it and be like, wow, man, I really got screwed. Like, injuries took me out of the game. Or you can be the silver linings guy like me and be like, you know what, bro? Like, hell yeah, dog. Like, you got to do that for 13 seasons, bro. Not many people can say they were able to do that, bro. I was able to be put on the Hall of Fame nomination list. I mean, bro, let's be honest, dude. Like, those are things you dream about when you're a little kid. So for myself, bro, I'm always trying to look at the silver linings of things. Listen, man, everybody's got a story. For myself, injuries kind of took me out. But at the end of the day, man, that was my story. That was my script. That was how it was supposed to be. So ride it out, bro. Roll with it. And listen, bro, I retired at 36 years old, bro. Like, I was a puppy in life. I'm only 40, bro. Like, I'm still just revving up, bro, getting going. So trying to figure out what I like in this second life, bro, has been awesome, man. Trying to figure it all out. Being able to be a dad. I'm a husband, full-time husband all the time now, which is amazing. My wife's actually she's in Ireland right now filming a movie. It's just me and my girls now, bro. I'm Mr. Mom, dude. Like, you name it, bro. Short order cook. I'm a taxi driver, baby. Whatever you need, man, I got you.
That's awesome, man. It's definitely not for the energy. I mean, even in the 20, 30 minutes we've been talking to, it's definitely not a factor of energy for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, bro, like, I should still be playing, bro. Be a Tom Brady, bro. Let's go.
I was going to say, you don't look a day past 21.
Thanks, bro. I'm trying to keep it tight, bro. I'm in the chair every week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't got the flow my boy JD does up there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got to keep it tight on the side. This is where my gray hairs are right here, you know?
Yeah, I'm losing it, and JD's just got flow to die.
I know, bro. His salad is money, bro. He's just killing it, dog.
He'll lose it eventually. Swish, like I said earlier with like the whole training stuff, I saw you endorse Camwood bats. Mm-hmm. And it's a training tool. And look, there are so many eyewash materials out there, but this was one product that caught my attention, mainly because you endorsed it, how fast you did, and then I saw you hit with it. What was it about the Camwood that you enjoyed? Because I remember hearing you say in the video, if you had that when you played or when you were training,
Yep.
What does that training bat do? Do you endorse it at any level, or is it a youth thing? What is it about it?
Well, I'd much rather endorse it as a youth thing to get your swing locked in, right? And the reason why I really, really appreciate that bat is that you don't have to teach somebody how to use it. You just pick it up and start swinging it. And so for somebody like me that really struggled casting around on the right side and really pulling everything in the third base dugout, when I picked up that cam bat, I mean, got to be very transparent. The owners of the company are awesome, bro. They're just unbelievable people, and they're nice people. And like, listen, bro, like I ain't got time to work with nobody but great people, right? You know what I mean? So, but for myself, when I picked up that bat, all of a sudden, it just immediately kept me inside the baseball. Now all of a sudden, I'm not casting around it. I'm staying inside the baseball, and all I did was pick the bat up and swing it. And that's the thing that I really appreciate about it most, is that you don't have to tell somebody how to use it. There's not like an hour-long camp you got to go through to understand how to hit. For myself, I really appreciated that because with where the weight is right above the hands, it's hard to cast your hands away because it gets too heavy for young kids, and they'll realize that they are tighter on the inside of the baseball than they are on the outside of it.
Quick follow-up question, because we debate this all the time on here. We get into so many arguments. I think JD's been told to go to hell a couple times on Twitter. But like some of the statistics that are coming out, the metrics, the data, launch angle, and how prevalent it is, the strikeouts going way up, the home runs going up. It's like as if hitters are okay with striking out nowadays. And it's like how and we understand that launch angle has always been around. It's just some Harvard grad decided to name it. So it's like, where are you at in the philosophy of launch angle? Is that something that, like, if you're a coach, are you trying, and the way I do it, just to give some transparency here, is I don't teach launch angle to a guy who's 5'10", 145 pounds. Yeah. And I see, like, that's where the issue is in youth baseball, is that everybody has this launch. And I don't feel like you can teach launch to guys who physically can't launch baseballs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the biggest thing that launch angle does, it creates one style of hitter. That's it, right? Like if your launch angle is a can of shit to left field, then launch angle probably ain't for you. But if you're 6'7", 285 pounds, Aaron Judge, that's all I want you doing is hitting the ball up in the air, right? Because you can jam fly balls for home runs off of him. I wasn't that type of guy. I also thought that, during my career, the baseball wasn't as hard as what it is. It's gonna be interesting to see the home run totals now with the baseball being like de-juiced in a sense, right? Like I'm really gonna say, because all of a sudden, bro, you got, dudes that shouldn't be hitting 20 to 30 home runs hitting like that on a regular. But, listen, man, I understand what the commissioner is trying to do. He's trying to bring excitement to the game. Listen, I understand that. But I think what's happened in that whole era is that the different types of hitters have left the game. The traditional leadoff hitter has left the game. We don't have those guys, the hit and run guys, because of the numbers and the analytics. That guy's not useful anymore. So I think now you're trying to create an entire lineup full of launch angle guys because you're thinking to themselves like, listen, man, you come to the batter's box, you're already in scoring position, just like Reggie Jackson said. Like, baby, I'm in scoring position every time I step to the plate, But at the end of the day, you still got to go out and produce, right? I mean, like if launch angle works for you and that sinks your swing into where you need to be, then go do it, baby. But at the end of the day, just like Cal Ripken said, it's all about the results. You're either going to give me the results or you're not. I think it's so much harder for young athletes to be big leaguers now because they're speculated on so much. Every number has to match up. That's not the case, right? Like the Dustin Pedroias of the world, the little 5'6" guys, like they're just getting passed over left and right. So I think that, listen, bro, I want to be part of this game for the rest of my life. I want to keep learning. I just think for myself, I want to try and be a hybrid version of someone who understands analytics, but is able to break it into somebody's game to help them get better. Because I think that's kind of where a lot of them, like where the conversation gets a little blurry, is that when you're trying to tell a player who's in the batter's box facing 100 miles an hour that he should be doing different things, it's hard to tell somebody like that if you've never been in that same spot. So I think for myself, just from being able to be in that batter's box and having a good understanding of exactly what analytics are, that's where I think I could really help out. That's where I feel like my future is. I mean, you look at somebody like a Sam Fowle. Listen, bro, that's what he did for the Phillies for the last 3 seasons. Now he's the general manager, bro, right? So it's like there's definitely a lot to be said for that. And Sam is amazing because the game didn't come easy to him. He had to work hard for that. And so now he works just as hard as his job now as he did when he was a baseball player. So to be able to see guys like that, and that are guys my age taking over these huge roles, I mean, bro, that gives me a lot of excitement. So I'm like, man, listen, like if you go out there and you do what you're supposed to do and you know what you're supposed to know, you can have those jobs as well.
Love that.
Love that answer.
And we always ask everyone that we have the privilege of interviewing as one of the last questions we ask them. You had the chance to play with many great players, some Hall of Famers, some future Hall of Famers, and you also got to meet great players from the past too. But who's one guy that you still get chills that you got to say that you either met or just had the opportunity to shake their hand or play with?
Go, bro. I can wrap you off like 40 of them, bro, right?
You're just on that 09 squad right there.
Oh, bro, like I can list you all 25 of us, bro. Like, I'm trying to think. I mean, not only the Jeters and the Marianos of the world because they were epic. Listen, they're like the 1% of guys that ever play the game, right? Guys like Albert Pujols, Ken Griffey Jr., bro, Frank Thomas, right? Like, all these guys that I was able to share the field with, man. It's just like, I mean, it's hard to really kind of like branch off one guy because you're just like, wow, man, you're just talking to one Hall of Famer after another, after another, after another. Right. But I think for myself, listen, bro, I was able to experience it all. I was able to live it, man, and I'm so proud of that. I mean, literally, man, I'm looking in my room here. I got all these autographs from like all my guys, dude, that I played with because like, I love this game, dude. Like, I love everything about it. I'm a fan as well as an ex-player. And, you know, I mean, a little bit of front office at this moment right now. But, you know, bro, hey, man, I want to be part of all this moving forward. But if there was that's hard. One guy, bro, all of them, dude. Like, all those guys I just wrapped off for sure.
I'll take that as an answer any day.
All right, baby. Good.
Hey, what was Old Timers Day like?
Oh, bro, badass. I mean, when I was a player or when I actually played in the game? Which one?
I mean, either, because I've been to a couple. It's like,
for myself, listen, man, I'm like a baseball historian, bro. Like, I love meeting the men or, you know, the people that made the game what it was, right? The people that came before you. Because I think for myself, that's all I wanted to do was make the game better for the guys to come after me, right? The guys that come after. So I think for myself, bro, I mean, bro, I probably have $100,000 worth of autographs from the 4 days that Old Timers days that I was able to be part of. And then even better to be able to come back and to be part of the Old Timers game as an old timer. I mean, bro, come on, man. Like, just to be part of the family again, put the jersey on one more time. I mean, those are the things that get me pumped up.
That's awesome. All right, my last question, Nick.
All right, come on, bro. Let's go, baby. Hit me.
So, in my opinion, I think baseball and hockey players have the best, like, clubhouse nicknames for each other.
Yeah.
So, I obviously don't know you, but you definitely look like a guy who would give great nicknames. Or am I completely wrong on that?
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, we've had some pretty good nicknames throughout the years. But at the end of the day, bro, like, listen, man, you earn a nickname, right? People don't just slap a nickname on you, bro. Like, you have to earn a nickname. So, you know, I mean, geez, like, I'm even thinking like the Big Hurt, right? Frank Thomas, right? The captain, Derek Jeter, like. I mean,
did you guys call him
Mariano
Cap?
didn't even have a nickname, bro. He's just Mariano, bro. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think of like all the nicknames that you have throughout your life, bro. I mean, shoot, I've had like, I think I had a nickname Rookie for like the longest time. People called me Cadillac for a minute, bro. Like Swishalicious came in New York, bro, which I still drop every now and then, bro. Swisher Sweets, baby. Let's get it. So I don't know, man. I think baseball players, athletes in general, man, like nicknames are just part of who we are. You know, we don't ever call anybody by their full name. You know, It's always like a first name, a last name, or a nickname, one of the three. But, you know, for myself, man, just to be able to be part of all that, bro, just blessed, man.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Swish, before we let you go, we always give rapid fires.
All right, I'm ready. Hit me.
Give rapid fires. And I know the answer to the first one, but, you know, I want to hear you elaborate on it in one sentence or less. Okay. What's more exciting for you, your playing career or being a dad?
Bro, being a dad, seeing the little things grow up, bro, like right in front of your eyes, man. Like before having kids, you have no sense of time. You don't know how long things really were. But once you have kids, bro, like time slows down. Now I'm like, bro, I look at my kid, I'm like, oh shit, that was 7 years ago. Right? You know what I'm saying? With my little one, that was 4 years ago. I just think, man, in life, you know, you have these great moments, But for myself, like waking up every morning, all I want are those two little girls of mine to look at me as a hero and as an idol, like I looked at my dad, right? And so being a dad, man, that's my sole mission in life, dude, is to let my girls grow up where I can be their hero, you know?
Love it. I got a little girl on the way here coming in.
Oh, let's go! First one, bro.
First one, yeah.
Oh, baby, about to change your world, kid.
I
For
can't
real,
wait.
bro. Change your world, baby.
Let's switch back to a little we'll get off the sentimental stuff. Best road clubhouse.
Oh, man.
You already said Seattle had the ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream.
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, Seattle was awesome, dude. It was a great city to go to. A lot of fun. I don't know, man. I'm gonna give two locker rooms that are the worst but the best because they were my favorite road cities, right? And that was Wrigley Field, bro, is the worst, and Fenway is the worst, bro. Like it's like this big. Like you got 800 people. Like no way past the COVID protocol, bro. No way, dude. Not enough room in there, you know. But definitely,
awesome.
Yeah, those two places, man. Some of my favorite places to play, but not very good locker rooms, bro, for sure.
Perfect. Worst city to go to then.
Oh, man. Bro, I just dropped a Kansas City on them earlier, bro. Maybe like, I don't want to say anything about home state of Ohio, you know. Like,
Cleveland.
Since down south, Cincinnati could be there, bro, you know.
Oh, God. Yeah, we don't have to put anyone on blast. We'll get blasted.
There we go.
Favorite New York restaurant?
It's funny, man, because I'm thinking back, and I'll probably say Nobu 57, bro. One of our favorite places, either that or Lure, Lure, bro. Go check it out, my buddy Chef Capone, bro. He's fantastic, dude. Tell him Swish sent you, dog.
You know, it's interesting because, like, if you tell me I'm going to Lure and there's a guy named Capone in there, I don't know.
You gotta go. You gotta meet him, bro. You gotta just walk up in there, bro. It's New York. You never know who you're gonna meet. You know.
100%. East Coast or West Coast?
Bro, I gotta say West Coast for the weather, bro. For real, right? Like, listen, man, we got a polar vortex coming through here right now. Like, you know, everything's freezing. This is apocalyptic, bro. For real.
Favorite movie of all time?
I don't know, man. Off the top of my head, I don't know, man. I'm a big movie guy, so in my mind, I'm thinking like, what do you want? Like comedy,
it's a tough question.
You want like action? Yeah. Like, what do you want?
Like,
you know what
I mean, like, if it's on for the millionth time, you got no problem watching it.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber, bro. Tommy Boy, dog. Like, you name it, dog. Anything. Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Those movies are amazing. Although now in my life, dude, like Croods 2, we just saw Croods 2 the other day, which is awesome, by the way. Check it out, dude. It's pretty good.
Speaking of Adam Sandler, Happy Gilmore turned 25 today.
No, I seen it, bro. Did you see his Instagram post, bro? He still got it, dog. Adam still got it, bro. He still got it.
I love how he was like, oh, I'm not going to lie. I absolutely piped that one.
Yeah, he did. He's like, I'm not going to lie. That's right down the middle. He's like, shooter.
Now, obviously, you talked about like no music, but pregame music. What are you digging?
I'm a techno guy, dog. For real. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm pumping it up, bro. Like I'm going as high as I can go, right? And heart rate as high as it can go to get myself ready, bro. No doubt.
You talking some like Avicii shit or like?
Yeah, maybe like some Blaster Jacks, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah, dude. Everybody, bro. You know, I mean, I even spin a little bit by myself, a little bit on the ones and twos, bro.
Nice.
Would you rather hit a bomb or hose someone at the plate?
Oh, bro, dude, this thing ain't hosing nobody, bro. So I'm definitely going bomb, dude, for sure. I mean, this thing ain't got nothing in it, bro. So I'm definitely going home run for sure.
What'd you like hitting better with, wood bat or metal?
So the last time I really hit with a metal bat, I remember Frank Thomas and we used to do early hitting almost every day in 2006. And we had gotten a couple bats from Louisville Slugger that year.
Oh, my God.
And to see Frank Thomas hit a baseball with an aluminum bat, bro, is something fierce, bro. Like, no doubt. So, I mean, it's cool to see what you could do with aluminum bats back in the day. But now with, like, you know, with the exit velo where it is and the whole nine and the BB core, all that stuff, wood bats, bro, hands down.
And I'm only asking because I've been in one actually with Brett, and I got laid the hell out. Have you ever been in a bench clearing brawl, and did you enjoy it?
Yeah, bro. I've been in 3 or 4 of them. And, you know, I told the story about when I charged Vicente Padilla, bro. He was like, this dude's scary looking, bro. And when I got out there, bro, it looked like a great idea until I got out there, bro. And then once I ran into his leg, bro, I felt like running into like a sequoia tree. And it was just like, I'm like, hold on for dear life. Like, bro, this is the worst.
Where are my teammates
life,
at?
bro. Yeah, and then my boys came flying in. Jack Hanahan from Minnesota, bro. He came flipping in there. So thank God, dude, because in Oakland, that's a long way from the dugout, bro. You know what I mean? My boys were hustling to get over there.
That's a long trip. They were probably sitting there like, God damn it.
Yeah, they're like, Swisher, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Oh, my God.
All right, man, you passed rapid fire, dude. This has been fun, dude. I'll tell you what. We've interviewed a bunch of people. I've been blessed to be around a lot of people in sports, but bro, like the energy that you have given, your kindness for it, bro, like
amazing.
You are top notch, one of the classiest baseball players, one of the classiest dudes ever. The energy's ridiculous. You're nothing but a good time, bro.
Oh, man, you guys are fucking great, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, dude. I'm so happy we reached out and made this happen.
Yes.
You know, I think this is what it's all about. Like, just being able to be part of all this, dude, is amazing. I mean, bro, I'm a couch connoisseur now, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm ready,
yes.
bro. I'm ready.
Yes.
Yes,
I appreciate it, though, for real. But all kidding aside, JD was shitting his fucking pants whether or not you're going to show up or not.
I was 1 minute late on purpose, bro, because I wanted him to start sweating, dude.
Oh, man.
I was 1 minute late on purpose, bro, just for him to be like, bro, guys, I don't know if he's coming. I don't know if he's gonna make it.
I still can't believe that I'm interviewing Nick Swisher. I mean, like I said, man, I grew up like you were one of my heroes growing up.
Hey, JD, I'll never let you down, kid. I got your back, dog. I got you.
Hey, he did say he would stay on until 6 because it's Nick Swisher.
Is that what he said?
He did, I swear,
Right,
he did.
That's amazing, man. Well, I'm so happy, bro. This is a great interview, man. Awesome time with you fellas, man. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey,
Yes,
appreciate it,
not
bro.
thank you enough.
All right, baby. Hey, you guys be safe, man. Hey, Brett, congratulations on that little girl, baby. No doubt. JD, keep
Thank you,
doing your thing. And Dino, good to see you, baby. Thank you
good
guys
to
for
see you,
having me,
man.
boys.
Thanks, bro.
All right, man.
Thanks,
Peace out,
Swish.
baby.
See ya.
Thank you so much.
Dude's a fucking legend.
Fucking savage.